Welcome to Unit 3. In this conversation, we'll focus on emotional intelligence and its constructs and continue the development of your leadership plan. I'd like to encourage you to consider how Goldman's ideas resonate or not with your experience. As you reflect, bring to mind the implications related to affect psychology and the central blueprint. And again, take your time. Dig in and engage, be reflective, and determine how these concepts relate to your personal and professional goals and objectives. Let's take the opportunity to build community, learn from each other, and have some fun. And again, we're going to review the unit objectives here in Unit 3, look at key resources that are contained in the unit, and do a flyover of some of the main concepts to consider as you review the unit. And lastly, preview Unit 4. In terms of Unit 3, there are 4 objectives. The first is to correlate emotional intelligence with restorative practice principles. The second, examine emotional intelligence competencies. The third, to look at specific goals and action steps for your leadership development plan within the context of the PLC format. And then lastly, to formulate feedback for your classmates about their developing leadership development plans. Let's talk a little bit about the learning activities. In terms of these learning activities, the regular discussion posts is informed by several readings and videos focusing on and reviewing emotional intelligence and the intrapersonal nature of leadership. From the PLC point of view, you'll review chapters 5 and 6 from the Leadership Challenge. Let's now review some of the reference materials. In the Leadership Challenge, you're going to be looking at enlisting others and the search for opportunities. Part of inspiring a shared vision for leadership and enrolling others, recall from the definition in Unit 1 that the leadership is a process by which leaders and followers develop a relationship and work together towards a goal or goals within the context shaped by the cultural norms and values they find themselves in. As you can see, there's a fair amount of overlap in the items on the leadership periodic table. Lots of electrons and protons to share. What are the shared aspirations, shared values, the what's in it for them perspectives? What are common hopes, dreams, aspirations, and concerns? These themes frame the basis for enlisting others, contact points, and points of reference. In Chapter 6, challenging the process is explored. This is fundamentally about innovation, innovation to optimize, innovation to meet new and emerging customer requirements, innovations to mitigate incongruency in terms of actions vis-a-vis values, innovation to enhance relationships. The search for opportunity is incumbent on both the leaders and the followers in any organizational effort. What are some of your challenges, either personally or organizationally, in building a shared vision by enlisting others or excavating opportunities in the context of your work that challenge the status quo? I'd like to turn now to the emotional intelligence paradigm, which has 4 domains and 12 competencies. The first domain is around self-awareness and really relates to emotional self-awareness. The next domain, self-management, is related to emotional self-control, adaptability, achievement orientation, and a positive outlook. Next is social awareness. This is comprised of empathy and organizational awareness. And lastly, relationship management, comprised of influence, coaching and mentoring, managing conflict, teamwork, and inspirational leadership. Look at the overlaps in Dare to Lead's conceptualizations, affect psychology, and leadership paradigms. I think you'll find this intriguing as you dive deeper. Of course, now we're continuing with the PLC format and developing your leadership plan. The assignment then is to discuss what new thinking has occurred since the last unit's PLC. You need to begin to solidify your goals and to create action steps. Think about who will support you in your plan. How have the readings influenced your plan? Finish your post by completing the following statement as we did last time. Specifically, I'd like feedback from the group on X. In terms of looking at Unit 4, there are three objectives here. Appraising your bias in terms of your setting, discussing how leaders implement restorative policies that impact communities, and evaluate how bias can impact your leadership skills. As always, I'm going to encourage you to take care, exercise balance, and invest in your education. We'll talk to you next time.